Hello, my friends. I am so happy to have you here. Welcome to the Starlit Library. If you are new here, I am Mars. I'm very happy to have you here, and I'm very excited about today's video because it is a vlog, but it is a bit more of like a personal vlog, and I will have some reading, but a lot of this will also include some travel and a little bit of adventure, and I will show you a little bit more into some of my personal life. So within this vlog, I will be talking about a couple different books that I'm reading, but I think I will mostly be focusing on Empire of the Vampire by J. Kristoff, this big chunky book right here. So you will see me read through that, annotate that, talk about my reactions and all of that fun stuff. You'll see me going to the lake, you will see me traveling down to the beach with my boyfriend, and a little adventure that we go on. And then after that, I had a trip to England to meet my sister. And yeah, definitely a little bit more of a mix between a reading vlog and a lifestyle vlog, and I hope you enjoy. Figured that I would update you after I finished every part of this book. So there are 6 parts, which is kind of unfortunate. I feel like there should have been 7 because 7 is like a big part of the religion, there being like 7 martyrs and that just being a significant number. But anyways, there are 6 parts and I finished part 1 and it's only about like 100-ish, 107 pages in, and I'm starting part 2, and I can't stop thinking about this book. I really love it so far, and I just think it's just gonna keep on getting better because it's just Interview with the Vampire style pretty much, but the vampire is the one that is interviewing the main character, Gabriel. And hold on, I want to figure out if something is a spoiler. Okay, well, that is something that we figure out like very soon within the first part. Is half, on the back it says Gabriel is half man, half monster, which basically just means he's like a vampire's bastard. So he has a bit of vampire powers, but nowhere near like as much as a full vampire, and those are what these Silver Saints are. They're like a whole legion of brothers that are these vampire bastards. So we get a bit of information and background of his life before he gets recruited into the Silver Saints, and then there we learn a lot about like the world and a bit more about the religion, and we get all of these terms that refer to vampires. And like, because there's different levels, there's like a level that's kind of like zombies where they're not as intelligent, and then there's higher levels, and then we also see all of the different rules that they are kind of constricted by. Most of them we are familiar with, so it's really interesting to see which rules within like the whole vampire lore are being taken into account in this story. So things like them being burned by sunlight and being burned by silver and all of that fun stuff. We really see a bit more of the humor between Gabriel and the vampire that's interviewing him, because Gabriel hates all vampires, and so he's very resistant to kind of wanting to talk to the vampire, and so he gives him a lot of shit for it. I'm really liking it so far. We are kind of jumping around now in the first part of the second part, jumping around with the timeline. So now Gabriel is talking about a kind of different event in the future, because before he was just recounting like his story from a moment in his childhood pretty much. And so it's really, really interesting seeing kind of these Easter eggs for things that are mentioned about Gabriel and about the world in the future. Like from the present timeline of the vampire interviewing him, he's mentioning things that we will end up finding out, like titles of what Gabriel goes by and like events that really changed the world, I guess. So I'm really, really intrigued to see how he got those titles, what happened, and I'm very curious about like the training of the Silver Saints, because it seems very brutal, and I just can't stop thinking about it. And so I'm gonna go, I just made some coffee, and I'm gonna go sit out on my balcony and read. It's really hot out right now, but that's the vibe that I'm looking for, so I'm gonna go out and read right now. Sunday, and I have a lot of cleaning I need to do. I need to clean and pack today because I'm going to be going down to the beach for the week, and today is my day to clean the house, so it's got a lot to do. Got a lot to do. And so I won't really have a lot of time to physically sit down to read Empire of the Vampire today, unfortunately. But I am still listening to These Burning Stars on audiobook, and I'm about like 80% of the way through. So I'm like very confident that I'll be able to finish it today. And I'm really enjoying it. There are some things that I'm a bit confused about because there are different timelines, and I don't always like really process which year it's each chapter is being set in. And so for a while, I was kind of unsure about some stories being present tense or past tense and kind of how those timelines converge. But I think I got it now. Only took me like 80%. And yeah, it's really brutal and it's really fun because it really is a cat and mouse game. I'm not even really gonna try to explain it because like I just don't really have the brain capacity to do that right now. I'm tired, I'm sweaty, I haven't had breakfast or coffee. I just have a full day of cleaning and packing that I need to do. So I'm gonna go get to that. So, I am back from the beach, unfortunately. I wish I could stay there for much longer, but alas, I have another trip coming up, and I only have a day and a half here, and then I am going to be taking a flight to England and seeing my sister for the week. And I am excited about that. I am going to be going to a bunch of charity shops to get some secondhand books, which I'm always excited about because they're usually really low prices and really good quality, except they don't usually have like the best selection for sci-fi and fantasy type books, but we'll see what we can find. Since I only have like a day and a half here, I have to run some errands, mostly for me to be able to finish my crochet project, this little peluche that I'm working on for my sister, and I also have to repack my bag. I'm only just taking one backpack, so I want to be able to make some space for there to be books added. So so that's kind of all I have on my itinerary, trying to keep it very chill and also kind of use this day to relax. I'm not too worried about packing my bags or anything because if anything I'll just steal my sister's clothes. But of course I am kind of worried about the weather because it's England, and even though it's August, the weather isn't usually very kind in England, which is genuinely the reason why I don't really like it very much. No offense. No offense. I'm just more of a sunshine person, and I'm not really a big fan of always being like in a place where it's overcast and like a super unpredictable weather, or like raining when like you just want to see the sun, you know? I'm used to being in a sunny place, and that's just the way that I prefer it, you know, need that vitamin D. So not really looking forward to the weather, but hopefully I think it'll be just a really chill time, and don't really have too big of plans, so I kind of just want to spend a lot of the time relaxing, spending time with my sister, and that's about it. Okay, I am packed and ready. I have my bags here, my hoodie, and my little friend I made for my sister. Unfortunately, it's gonna be fucking rainy and cloudy because it's England, of course, so I'm not surprised. I'm about to go catch the train in 20 minutes to get to the bus to get to my flight. Everything's clean, taken care of. I feel like I'm missing something, but that's like every time. I know I have my passport, my wallet, everything. Okay, I just can't bring any physical books with me, which is unfortunate, but I have an audiobook downloaded, I have ebooks downloaded, I should be good to go. And I know that while I'm there, I'm going to be hitting up a bunch of charity shops because that's where I love to get books when I go to England because everything's like £2. So I'm so ready for that. I will try not to go overboard because obviously I just don't have the space for it. But yeah, I just mostly did a lot of preparation, packing, a little bit of just chilling and reading, not much, only like 15 minutes today. I got to the end of part 3 of The Empire of the Vampire, and I will update you about that later. I need to go catch a train right now, so I will see you in England. Good morning, everybody. It's about like 1:30 right now. It is Monday. I haven't really updated you a lot about kind of anything. I've kind of really just been enjoying my time just chilling and just spending some time with my sister and just like being on vacation, taking things easily. And honestly, I haven't really been reading that much at all. It kind of feels different not having like physical books, and I don't know what it is about it. I'm just not as much of an ebook kind of person. I do have Empire of the Vampire downloaded on my iPad, and I've been reading it here and there, but I'm not bringing my iPad with me everywhere, and so I'm not really making a lot of progress with that. I have some other things downloaded on my phone that I've been reading a little bit, but not even like audiobooks. For some reason, I don't know. I don't feel like I'm necessarily in a slump. I'm just not really feeling, I don't know, like the pressure or the not that it's pressure. Okay. I don't know. I kind of think that I've been thinking a bit more about, in terms of like content and goals and like mood reading and stuff like that. Like, I do want to read things that I'm really interested in, and also don't really want to feel like there is this arbitrary like time limit that I need to finish them by, even though like, I kind of do want to end up like finishing certain things for vlogs, and I really do want to kind of like challenge myself with specific reading vlogs that like I think would add a bit more character and a bit more different I don't know, content to my channel that I haven't really done before. But in terms of me like traveling and not really like being at home and being in a very like cozy, comfortable space where I feel like I can do that all the time, then it's really putting my reading off. Also because I have another trip coming up soon, so it's just like I'm always on the go. And I haven't really had that much time to read. I mean, I technically could have because we've been traveling like on buses quite a bit. Um, but honestly, like for a couple of the bus rides, like I've literally just gone with no headphones, no reading, no stimulation really, and kind of just like in my own world, in my own head. It's been kind of nice. um, I know I said at the beginning that I really do want to make this one of the best like reading months, and I haven't really been reading that much anyways. It's not like I'm not really finishing things, you know, I'm not really making enough progress in books to be able to finish them, but I do have a different vlog idea for short books that I do really want to read. I'm just taking my time. I'm honestly just chilling. I also just realized that I didn't really even update you about the progress that I have made with Empire of the Vampire. So recently I did finish I think part 3. And I'm, again, very much enjoying it. I am loving my time with this, because we are kind of taking 2 different timelines of when Gabriel was initially started training with the Silver Saints, and then another, a bit more future timeline of being on the road with a band of characters and kind of joining in on one of their missions and seeing how that's going to play out. And so in part 3, Gabriel went on his first hunt, and that was pretty intense in the sense that we found out some things. Well, we didn't really find out some things, but we added more question, more mystery to something about him as a character, and also kind of like how he worked together with his mentor and one of the other Silver Saints, which he does not like at all. They have a kind of like hate-hate relationship going on. So it's interesting to see also his interactions with other characters, and it's just constant intrigue, and I'm loving that it is like going point by point, that the whole point is that Gabriel is telling his whole life story because he has to tell that to the vampire who's writing down his story. And I love a deep dive like that, that's really looking into the characters, their motives, like every kind of little plot point, because it's something that I'm like invested in and I really want to see how it plays out, because it sprinkles in just enough like mystery for us to really keep engaged and keep hooked. And yeah, I'm loving that it is something that is so detailed. It's like 700 pages and like each book is just as thick. And I'm also, of course, loving the art styles and like the little sprinkles of art that we get throughout that. That is something that we need more of in books. We need more illustrations in books. Anyways, today my sister's at work, so I have like the full day to just kind of do whatever I want to do, and I figured I'd go into town. I've been like around certain areas like Cowley Road, but I haven't been like downtown yet because it's just, I've been there a lot before every other time that I visited her, and I'm, you know, not too fussed about it. It's things that I've seen before, but I was thinking that maybe I'd go into town because there's this one bookshop that like I've always seen that says it has like really cheap books, and so I kind of just want to take a gander around there. I'm not sure how much space I will have in my bags, but I'll make space if I find something really, really good. I'm gonna go catch a bus. I don't even know what time the bus is gonna come, but I will see you later. thank you so much for watching and hopefully enjoying this little lifestyle reading vlog. I hope you had a good time going on these adventures with me, and that now we will be fully transitioning into the fall and saying goodbye to all of these lovely summer vibes and welcoming and embracing the fall vibes, which I'm super, super excited for. If you like this video, leave a like. If you would like to leave a comment to let me know that you were here, you can leave a summer emoji just as a last goodbye to the summer. And of course, if you'd like to stick around and subscribe, you will see a lot more fun content from me. Thank you again for watching.